Hi, everyone. Welcome back to In the Ring.
Episode
12.
12.
Yes.
Nice. Good for us.
Good for us.
Good for us. We're
less and less use each episode.
That's okay. We're really just I like the podcast. It's almost like a therapy session every week, or just like Karlee and I do this anyways. I mean, having Sick here, you just have that third, like...
It's definitely better with Sick.
Yeah, for sure.
We talk about him every time.
I know.
I miss him so much.
He comments every time.
He does?
Yeah, he does.
Good.
He's like he'll be like week 4 of let me come back home, blah, 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 blah. It's like, he comments like
you can come back soon, Sick. Seriously.
Yeah, actually.
Like, probably in the next couple of...
Yeah, probably after
3
Christmas.
Episodes. Yeah, after Christmas, you can come back.
Yeah.
The doors are open.
Yeah, I think we'll be good then. Yeah. And honestly, it's been again, we miss you. It's definitely a different vibe with you here. It's, so we would like to get back to the way things were. So, yeah, hopefully
also,
really soon.
You guys should definitely thank Sick because he's allowing us to use his equipment even though he's not here.
Yeah,
which is insane.
So,
he's just such a good guy.
Yeah, he is. Sick, we have this camera is actually Sick's camera. That's
and
it.
The battery pack.
And the battery pack and the camera is Sick's. So shout out Sick because otherwise we'd be filming on this nice one and probably a toaster.
Oh, and Sick, we have new lights. I don't know.
Yeah, he hasn't been there for that.
Yeah, because it might be, if you like the lighting, it might be easier than bringing your light. Anyways.
Yeah, but then...
What?
I don't know if that'll help. Oh, yeah, it will. It might.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we got these lights.
Nick bought them, actually.
Yeah, Nick bought them.
He bought them for, like, our little podcasting that we did. Over on his channel, and then he just left them here for me, and he's like, you can use them and have
them.
You
never talked about that. If you guys haven't seen that, Nick and Karlee did a podcast here on his channel. Yes. I don't know what channel it's on. It's on one of his channels. I think it's on his
more Nikocado or Nikocado 2. I don't know. He has like a million channels. I don't know.
If you
type in the Nikocado podcast, you'll see it come up.
It's really good. It was really entertaining. And I liked it. I was there doing the cameras and stuff. It was really. I think it was a really good podcast. But
me too.
Better than this one. I
miss him so much.
Yeah, Nick was here, and you have a different, like. I don't know how to really describe it. Like it's not like you're in a better mood, but you're obviously like. It's a different thing for you to be doing. Like you don't really see anybody much, right? Like we're not very outgoing people anymore.
And I don't really have anyone to talk to that's like on my side of YouTube or like that. Like even my actual friends like Olivia, Caitlin, they're not like watching YouTube and Trisha Paytas and Tana Moser like I am. And then like obviously you and Sick aren't either. No. So it's very, I don't know. Nick is just my person. I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, when he was here, honestly, he was a great guest. Didn't even know he was here.
Of course.
A lot of the time. Like
me and Nick are I think the reason why we've stayed friends for so long is we're both low maintenance, so we don't need to like talk to, like we can go months without talking and then we just like like I've missed his birthday, he's missed mine, we're just like, oh sorry, and we're like, no big deal. But we just, when we're together, we don't have to entertain each other the whole time. Yeah. And I love that. Yeah. We could just lay in bed on our phones and
it was very low maintenance, which is
he's
really good.
He's a great guest, yeah.
Yeah, he's a super good guest, honestly. And yeah, so if you're watching, Nick, which you're probably not, but you're welcome anytime.
No, he's definitely
not. Yeah, so again, Sick, very soon. I know you're watching. Very soon, you can come back and we'll talk about it with you, but very soon.
So we have been, well, first of all, I'm doing Vlogmas if you don't know. I know I've mentioned it a lot, but I'm already halfway done, so definitely go over to my channel, Karlee Still Vlogs, and go check it out. By the time this comes out, I think I'll have like 14 uploaded or 13. So go check that out because I actually am having a fun time doing it. And I thought that I was going to start this and like be like, oh God, I can't finish it. But I'm very proud of myself considering how many other things we do and the fact that I have a baby and I don't sleep. I am still doing Vlogmas and I actually really, really enjoy it. And I feel like I'll probably just continue uploading significantly more. Yeah. I almost feel like I should just continue saying I'm doing Vlogmas to force myself to upload every day.
I think that'd be smart, actually, because if you can manage it and you can do it. So we've always had this thing where we didn't know what to record. Yeah. Because we're always home. We're always doing the same things, especially when I'm like working and it's just you. It's like you're doing the same things every day. And it's like, what are you going to record? But it's funny because this is kind of like a wake-up call to say, oh, I can record a lot more than I think I can.
Yeah, definitely. And even though, I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the vlogs, especially the past like 3 of them, we really didn't do anything, and it was like very short vlogs. But then there's some vlogs where it's like 20-30 minutes full of like actual things we're doing.
But it's better, and everyone has always commented this. They've always said, we would rather see you sit there and talk about nothing for 5-10 minutes than don't vlog at all, because there's been times where you don't vlog for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I get it, because as a viewer, like, I watch Pink Sparkles. I used to watch Trisha when she vlogged a lot. I kind of missed that, but I feel the same way for sure. I'd rather just watch somebody talk.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm glad you're doing it.
Me too. It's good. Like, we get to watch her grow up. We get to look back on it, and
yeah, I mean, that would be honestly a good little challenge for you to see how long you could do Vlogmas, like daily vlogs.
Like, imagine I challenged myself to vlog every single day in 2025.
People do that. Insane. That's nuts. Do you know who Roman Atwood is?
Yes.
So obviously, if you don't know Roman Atwood, he was a big prankster, like huge YouTuber, like 10 million subs. And apparently, I think he lost that channel. So it's still up. But I guess for some reason, I think something with his email got deleted or something. And then YouTube won't give him access back to the channel. So now his 10 million sub channel is just sitting there dormant, and he has no access to it. I was like, that would crush me. But anyway, he's vlogging. He does like daily vlogs, and the only reason he came up on my thing is because I watch a lot of like business stuff, and he vlogs his life. He runs like a laundromat now. He has like a car wash. He does like a bunch of stuff, and so he's been vlogging every single day. It's easier if you have like a
GoPro or something.
Well, he has a videographer and an editor.
Yeah, and then they'll have like a drone. They have all these cool things.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. It's just me and my camera, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess it is a lot different when you have. But think about like someone like Logan Paul. Logan Paul used to vlog every single day by himself. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he had an editor or not. I'm not even sure, but that's crazy.
I mean, it's definitely doable. It's just
hard. It is hard.
It's hard.
Yeah. Have you seen the debates about excuse me, how they say there were streamers that were saying that streaming was harder than a 9-to-5, and then there's other people on the other side that are saying a 9-to-5 is harder than streaming? Have you seen those going around?
No.
I guess it's a big debate where like
what kind of streamer though?
Like a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, but like what?
Like live streaming, gaming.
Are they doing gaming?
Yeah,
are they
like
doing
just
day to day, or
like just a gaming streamer, or just like anybody who streams, like sitting in their desk.
I definitely, as a YouTuber, because I've always had the same thing. Like, I actually just had someone message me. So I posted this things where it's like mothers are expected to do too much and work too hard, and they wonder why we have like postpartum depression and all that stuff. Anyways, I shared it because I definitely feel that. And then someone literally responded, and they go, "Don't you only do YouTube? And like, you're a mom. Like, do you have any other job?" And I'm like, no. And I'm like, and it's one of those things where they act like it's so easy. So as someone who is on that side, I'm not saying one's harder than the other. I think they are different challenges. I've never been a Twitch streamer, but I have been a live streamer.
I think me personally, again, never been a YouTuber, never been a live streamer. I mean, but even the one time I did that live stream for like 30 plus days straight. Mm-hmm. Live streaming is immensely easier than a 9-to-5. Live streaming, not YouTube. Live streaming is immensely easier.
I know, but I think that they come with different challenges. It depends on what you mean by easier. Because by easier, I think the mental load of being a streamer is harder than a 9-to-5. I do. Because a 9-to-5, you're like kind of just doing what you're told, and then you get to go home and that's it. No one's bullying you every time you go to work. But no one's watching you work and then also talking crap to you.
But imagine you were just a streamer that got to sit there and play video games all day. How's that?
That's true. I don't know. I don't know. I've never played
I can understand. Listen, I'm not saying that there's no challenges to being a 9-to-5 or
I mean, if you're playing video games all day, I definitely think a 9-to-5 is harder.
Yeah, but again, I know it comes with its own set of challenges, and it's like, I'm sure, again, you have to entertain, you have to this.
I mean, I don't watch Twitch, so I have no idea, but I can say, as a YouTuber and a social media person, social media in general, again, streaming's different. I don't even consume enough to know.
I don't know if they meant, because I know what you're saying.
That do like day in the life, no? Like on
I'm sure there's like, I don't know what they were referring to. I think they just meant like live streaming, and whether or not that means just like sitting in front of your desk talking to people, or in front of the camera at your desk talking to people, or playing video games. Regardless, They definitely come with their own sets of challenges, but I don't know if they're including like mental load. I'm sure it's all included, but
that's my thing is I think it depends. But obviously, I think if you're sitting there playing video games all day, a 9 to 5 is definitely more difficult.
Yeah, but you are right. They definitely do have their own sets of challenges. I can understand you're entertaining people. People can bully you. You can be like, you slip up one time.
Now you're canceled.
Yeah, you're like under the microscope. People are messaging you, whatever.
I mean, for sure, a 9 to 5 is more difficult.
I think so too. I
100%.
I don't think it comes
Definitely.
Personally, and there are a lot of streamers that are coming out there like, how are you sitting here saying like a 9 to 5 is less difficult than streaming? They're like, you sit there, and these are big streamers saying this. You sit there, you make millions of dollars streaming video games all day, and you get to live the life you've always dreamed of.
And I'm sure, I mean, I don't consume that content, so I don't know, but I'm sure that majority of streamers that are just playing video games aren't getting bullied the way like a YouTuber would in the comments, because they're just the people that are watching like video games, so it's like, what are you to hate about? Oh, that you suck? Okay, who cares? Like, you know?
But then it becomes part of the joke and it's funny. Right. It's like, I don't know.
No, 9 to 5 is definitely more difficult,
and
sure.
I also think it's, again, the sets of challenges are, I think the advantages of YouTube or a streamer is way different, because obviously like a streamer, you probably have a set schedule, you have to be live, but then again, there's nobody holding you accountable but
100%.
And you could stream your vacation,
right, and
you
still
could
make
do
money.
anything.
Like, I always say how blessed I am. Like, oh, I might not get maternity leave, but like the fact that I can even make an income while being at home with my daughter is, I would rather do this than have maternity leave and then have to go back and send her to daycare.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm more than blessed. And again, the mental load sometimes could be a lot, but I'm not a streamer, but I am a YouTuber, and I love my job and I'm thankful for my job, and it's definitely easier than a 9 to 5.
I will say I don't love, so a lot of people, and again, guys, you have to remember, like, I work a 9 to 5. I came from working a 9 to 5, and those couple years where I was just like doing YouTube and we were doing like OF and things of that nature. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think you can say it like that.
Oh, okay. That was, I got the taste of being like truly independent in terms of like being on that YouTube side of things and kind of experiencing how that works. The amount of time, like, you don't have to be anywhere at any time for anybody. It was more like, yes, it's more stressful because you don't have a guaranteed income. Things, every month is, it's a toss-up. It's like you can make really good money one month, the next month might not be so great, and you got to learn to balance and budget and things like that, so that becomes stressful. But then on the flip side, it's like we got to do anything we wanted at any time, anywhere, right. Going on vacations.
I love my job. I love it.
And it's like, it's a hard, and I got to live a little bit of that. Obviously, I'm back to doing, the 9 to 5 stuff, and
yeah, but you're not doing 9 to 5.
Why?
You own businesses.
Yeah, but I still work. Like I'm saying, when I go back to work, it's a 9 to 5 job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not currently. Like currently I'm off for paternity leave, but I'm saying like, yeah, a 9 to 5 job. I work a 9 to 5 job when I go back. So anyway, I think, I don't know. I've just the little taste I got those couple of years was like unfathomable. I think I took advantage of the, like, I should have taken more advantage of it back then.
Definitely, we've talked about.
Oh my god!
But no, there's definitely they're difficult in different ways. That's just and that's the truth. And you could be mad about it or whatever. Is one definitely more favorable? Of course.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would 100% take my job over a 9 to 5. But there are some things, like, exactly how much you're making if you work full time every single month, so you can budget better. Mm-hmm. It's probably like you get to, when you come home most of the time, not all the time, because some people work 9 to 5, they come home and their boss still bugs them and there's still stuff to do, which is even worse.
So here's a question though. Would you rather make, let's do like a really decent, like an average number. Let's say, would you rather make $50,000 a year doing YouTube and being your own boss, or make $100,000 a year going to work a 9 to 5 for somebody else?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I know.
I'd probably rather make $50,000 working for myself.
And in that question, it's not like every year's different. It's like, no, you know you're gonna make 50. Like it's like imagine YouTube gave you a salary. Yeah. And it's like it was 50 grand. I think I'd rather
have 50 grand working for myself.
Okay.
Which
interesting.
But again, I really don't know how much 50 grand is.
No, like well,
like how much is that a month?
Like $4 grand-ish.
No, I'd rather do that.
I think
50 grand after taxes or before?
After taxes.
Yes, I'd rather work at home.
Yeah, $4,100 a month.
I'd rather work at home.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
Well, coming from someone who's done both, obviously the freedom to do whatever, wherever, whenever is great. But then you have to pay
for childcare.
Okay, so that's the other part is like,
which is like probably $1,000 a month minimum.
Yeah, if we're talking in our predicament,
so that's $12,000 coming off that $100,000 immediately for childcare.
Yeah, and we're talking after tax amounts, by the way. So $100,000 after taxes, you take $12,000, put it to childcare, which obviously
minimum.
And then
I think it's more than that.
Yeah, because then you're at like 92 grand, and then
no, I'd rather work at home because nothing is worth time with her.
That's very true.
And you have to ask for permission to go on vacation, which is always mind-blowing to me.
So that was so where I work, honestly, they're amazing. Amazing company. Like amazing company. My bosses, the CEO, everybody is just genuinely incredible people. And I found it weird because even like if I was ever, I never took a day off, obviously, when I was there, because I was only there for like 4 months before I went on leave. But it was funny because I was talking to Karlee one day and we're like, oh, we should go on a vacation soon, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, I have to ask for that. I'm like, isn't that weird? It is weird. I think it's super strange.
So my thing is, I feel like as companies, I feel like you shouldn't have to ask to go on vacation unless you're abusing it. Like if you're going every single month, that's a little excessive. But I feel like there shouldn't be a set amount of days. No? Is that not working? Oh God.
It was.
What?
No, it was just a little loose, but I'm pretty sure my levels have been fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah. It just felt loose, and I was like, oh, that's weird. So, yeah, it's good. Because my levels are still working, and I'm... Yeah, it's good.
Oh, mine's loose, too.
Push it in. Yeah, and you've been fine the whole time. Okay. Whew. That was almost bad.
I feel like... I understand, like, having, like, okay, like, how many... Okay, on average, again, I don't know. I've never worked a regular job, but how many days on average do people get for vacation?
Typically, you get
a year.
Typically, you get 2 weeks...
Oh, that's good.
Depending on where you work, some of it's 2 weeks paid vacation, some of it's 2 weeks unpaid vacation. So
I don't think the paid and unpaid matters to me. I think it's just the fact that you get
2 weeks typically is what you'll get. And then you get, I think, 10 in Canada, in Ontario. I believe it's 2 weeks vacation, 10 paid sick days.
Oh, wait. All that's good, I feel like.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
2 week vacation a year is good.
Yeah, and then you get like holidays and
So what if you wanted
weekends.
to take another week vacation? Do most companies, if you obviously you're not like you're a good employee, but you don't want it paid, will they typically say yes?
They'll typically just be like, go ahead. I mean, again, I can't speak for every single company out there, but like there are, like, for example, when I got hired at this company, it was like a month or two in, and my direct boss was like, hey, just letting you know, randomly he said this too. He was like, just letting you know, there's a lot of people here. Like sometimes, it gets stressful and it gets, you get a little worked up and you need some time. He's like, if you ever just need to take a day, he's like, just let me know. I was like, oh, okay.
That's how work should be, though.
I know. He's like, obviously it's not paid, but he's like, if you just want a day off.
That's how it should be.
No, I know. They're awesome.
Anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, I think
Speaking of money.
Oh, okay, go.
And income.
Oh, okay.
We placed... So.
Oh, yeah. Give them the week recap.
Well, for one, our basement had a leak. If you watch my Vlogmas, you've seen it. Okay? Our basement had a leak. Turns out it was like a dishwasher thing. Then all of a sudden our dishwasher caught on fire. It was a whole thing. And that kind of prompted us to be like, you know what? This house, for the fact that it's only 3 years old, well, we thought it was something else.
Hold
we thought
on.
it was plumbing. No.
Yeah.
No, because if you explain it, it's going to be a 30-minute story.
Okay.
Valid?
Okay, go.
No, now you're looking sad. Now people are like, Karlee, you're so mean. Let him talk. Fine,
No,
talk.
go.
It's because he explains things and he goes too far into detail and people don't care. Basically, we thought it was plumbing and the way that the builder built the house. Turns out it wasn't. Turns out it was like an actual problem with a water line and the leak was totally fixable and preventable. But anyways, at the time we thought it was something to do with the actual house. So we're like, we're going to look at other houses because this house is only 3 years old. There's all these issues. What the heck? So we started looking at houses. We found a house we really liked. We put a bid on it. An offer. We actually offered $102,000 over asking price in the middle of December.
So for anybody that doesn't know, especially here, this is the worst time to sell and buy a home.
Yeah.
It is the worst time.
It's probably universal, even though it's not cold everywhere, because people are busy during the holidays. It costs money during the holidays.
True. So yeah, just here, it is the slowest time for real estate, the least amount of listings, the least amount of sales.
The whole year ever.
And a lot of people, so we've heard, people are listing homes and they're getting like under asking or like they're only getting
which is unheard of here.
Yeah, especially because we were used to like the COVID boom and everybody was like 100,000 over, 150,000 over. Now people are like, oh, they're getting like $5,000 or $10,000 over, and that's really good. For this time anyway. So we went to see this house. Mm-hmm. Karlee and I fell absolutely in love with it. Like, when I say in love with it, we came home and all we were doing was talking about it for like 2 days straight.
Like, I'd wake up in the middle of the night to like toss and turn and I'd think of the house.
Yeah, it was like, and it's not even the fact that the house was like super nice.
Oh no, it was definitely it was a 25-year-old house. No, 26.
Yeah, like 20. Yeah, it was a 99.
25-year-old house,
and it needed work.
It needed a whole new kitchen. Like, it was not a brand new house.
No, it needed work. The basement wasn't finished. It needed a kitchen.
It needed like $50,000 of work immediately.
But what the beauty of it was the layout was incredible. Mm-hmm. The layout was like you went in and you were like, if I were to build a house, it would be like this.
Yes.
Well,
there were some weird things, but yes.
Weird things, but yes, essentially same kind of layout. Loved it. And then it was on this big piece of land in a really, really nice part of our county. Like it's not in the city, but it's a little bit outside of the city, and it's absolutely just the nicest plot of land. Had a nice best in-ground pool, beautiful backyard. It was just
heated pool anyways.
Anyway, we loved it. We were in love with it, and we had an original bid, and we're like, hey, we're going to bid this amount.
Should we just say it? I think I said it.
You said it?
I don't know. We'll just say it.
You said it was $102,000 over.
Okay, well, it was listed for $599.
So, yeah, it was listed for $599, which that listing price was to get people in the door. Yeah. The house was not nearly worth $600,000.
Kind of, though.
I know.
Anyways, it was listed for $599. We originally were like, you know what? After seeing this house, we're gonna bid. We really want it. We're gonna do $685.99.
Yeah, $685.99. So we thought.
So we're $85,000 over asking price. We were gonna give them
in this time of year.
At this time of year,
which was crazy.
And we're like, okay, like that's really good, right? And then all of a sudden on offer day, my real estate agent goes, hey, there's like another offer. This was like the day before offer day. And then the morning of, hey, there's 4 other offers. Hey, there's 6. Hey, there's 8. Hey, there's 10. Hey, she goes, she said,
I can't believe I'm saying this.
She literally said, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but there are 16 offers on this house.
And she was absolutely stunned because especially during December, the slowest time of the year, the least amount of listings, and the least amount of action, 16
Imagine it was
offers.
During the summer, there'd be like 30 offers.
Yeah, if it was during summer, like peak season, yeah, that house would have, honestly, there probably would have been like, 30, 35 offers. So the fact that there were 16 in December is crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
So we basically look at each other and we're like, all right, we need to come up with our highest bid number that we feel is comfortable. Like, we're comfortable with paying and we feel like it's worth it, but we're not overpaying just because we want this house.
Yeah, because that was the one problem. Carly and I were kind of starting to creep in on that emotional purchase.
Right. Where we're like, let's just max it out.
Yeah. And you're like, you know what? We're like, oh man, we could afford this. And we're like, is the house worth it though? And we both came to the conclusion that it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't.
It needed a lot of work.
Yeah.
It needed new AC. Like.
Yeah, we were being smart in our purchase.
It was an expensive house to maintain. There was a heated pool.
Was
a pool in general, which is an expensive thing to maintain. It was just a lot. And like, we didn't want to make a purchase emotional wise because God forbid we couldn't afford it. We don't know if we would be able to sell it for what we paid for or put our money into it. So we came to the conclusion that $701,999 was our highest offer.
Yeah, based on the condition of the house,
Yes.
based on everything.
Because
we thought we're like, damn, that's a solid ass offer. And this time of year,
$102,000 over asking price. So I was like, we got it for sure.
Yeah, we were very confident.
And we absolutely did not. And the frickin' house sold for $730,000.
And cash offer.
$130,000 over asking price is insane.
In this time of year, and it was a cash offer. So obviously, we still would have needed to sell our house. We had a bunch of conditions, but again,
no, we only had 2. We had inspection and selling this house.
True. But considering that was a cash offer with no conditions, and it was so again, $130,000 over asking
which
price.
Again is normal for other time of the year.
It was normal for 2022, like a little bit after COVID, not this time.
Well, I think that house was listed under it should have been anyways.
Yeah, that's what they did on purpose.
But
for sure.
Especially during Christmas, like it's normal for houses to go over asking. Like if you're looking at a $500,000 house, you better be able to afford up to $600,000 if you want the house.
Yeah.
So, but anyways. Point is, it was crazy. We were heartbroken that we didn't get it, but we don't think it's worth $730,000 because it needed a whole new AC unit immediately.
And we actually said that. We're like, because we were kind of talking back and forth. So on offer day, they stopped taking offers at like 3:00. Mm-hmm. And then usually, from what were told, we're like, yeah, you should know within like an hour after. Like probably by 4, you'll probably get an answer. We didn't hear anything all night long.
Like it was like 8:00.
It was like 8:00 by the time our realtor was like, hey.
We kind of knew we didn't get it after how long because usually if you're the one that's getting accepted, they call you first.
Yeah, so we kind of figured.
We definitely did not get it.
But it was a little strange that, it was so. Anyway, I'm sure they were kind of juggling between a couple of offers. So but Karlee and I were saying, because we're obviously the whole day our head's spinning, we're thinking about, oh my God, what did it go for? Mm-hmm. What did we lose out on? I'm like, was it only 705 and we shot ourselves in the foot? So we were like, and we both came to the conclusion. We said, if anybody was willing to pay anything over $725,000.
And guys, we're telling you, first of all, unfinished basement,
completely unfinished, and it was a huge basement.
Like they had patio doors, needed a whole new patio door, needed a whole new AC unit,
skylight in the bathroom.
We needed to rip that kitchen out.
Yeah, kitchen was old.
Both of the bathrooms needed to come out and be redone. Like there was a lot. There was doors that were broken.
Oh yeah, like they did nothing to prepare that house.
No, there was lights that weren't turning on. It needed work.
It needed a lot of TLC. So we said if anybody wanted to pay over 720 or over 725 or even over 715, I was like, you know what? Clearly they have no issues with what they were getting, and someone did. So we were bummed about it, but then we were also like, well, we would have never paid that. So. Definitely point of being bummed because we would have never paid that amount for that house.
And then I think we kind of got in our heads about, because we obviously live in like a townhouse, so we do have our own backyard, but like we don't have like the freedom to do exactly what we want. Like I obviously can't put a pool down. So we got like kind of over our heads and like in love with that house. And then we started kind of like not appreciating this one. And we had to keep reminding ourselves how blessed we are. Yeah. We are so blessed. We're in a beautiful home.
Yeah.
But you can kind of get over your head. And this just goes to show that sometimes I said it literally in bed. I said like comparison is the thief of joy.
And it's the grass is greener syndrome. That's what we're getting right now.
And like when you compare, you can always compare something. You can compare $1 million house to a $2 million house. And now you think your $1 million house is
crap.
Horrible.
Yeah, I know.
But really, honestly, truly, I think maturing is realizing that like there's always going to be something better. And we are just so blessed to be in this house.
Yeah, and
I truly do love this
house. We love this house.
If we could pick it up and put it on a piece of land, I'd stay in it forever.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like we really are at the point where it's like, especially in our area, there's really not a lot of land anymore. A lot of houses are being built with this much room in between them, or they're row townhouses, or they're apartment buildings or condos. And we're kind of at the point where we're like, listen, we have a daughter. We want to give her an area where she can go outside, she can play. Yeah. There's room to play and like have a nice little single family home. And that's kind of, I feel like we literally 2 weeks ago, we had no intention on moving. It wasn't even a thought.
And still, it would have to be a very, very perfect house like that one.
Yeah, we'd have to be like in love with it. Move.
That being said, I would love to see your guys' comments on what is your average home price and where you live. Where do you live and what's your average home price? I would love to see that. Because sometimes I feel like we think we're the only ones with high housing and we're just not.
No, but Canada as a whole
of
is
course.
in a very...
But I would just like to see, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, true. I know America has their own sets of problems. Speaking of which.
Okay.
Did you see? So, again, we talked about it last podcast about Donald Trump joking about the 51st state, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, now, Doug Ford, our premier of Ontario.
What's a premier?
It's like I don't know. I think it's like, it would be like a governor equivalent of...
Yeah, but what is that?
He just runs Ontario. He's the premier of Ontario. He's the guy. He runs the province. So you have the federal, then you have the provincial who runs our province.
Okay.
You know who Doug Ford is, though?
Yes, because he dropped something off at my door. Not him, but like someone.
Yeah.
Dropped something off at my door trying to get me to vote for him like a couple years ago.
Yeah. So, anyway, Doug Ford, obviously because of the tariff talk with Canada and the United States, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt us bad. Our economy will take a big hit from that.
Okay.
With that being said, so Doug Ford retaliated and he said, if Donald Trump wants to implement those tariffs, we're going to cut power supply from, I believe it's from like, I don't know, Maine all the way up to Michigan is where Ontario supplies power to America.
Oh my God, I didn't know
So
that.
America buys their power in that section of the U.S. off of Canada.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Niagara Falls is a huge power supplier, and I know.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we supply a lot of their power.
Did not know that.
So Doug Ford said, if he wants to do that, we have no choice. We're gonna have to cut power. That's it. And Donald Trump then responded and said, I don't care.
Aw.
Which kind of sucks because it's like, Donald Trump is America first, as you should be.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
you know,
our president, our
prime minister.
Well,
yeah.
Our prime minister should probably learn from that.
Yeah. So again, it's like you can't really fault him for being like, well, if you do that, that's fine because I'll just figure it out. I'll do what I got to do because they have the natural resources to make it work. But anyway, so yeah, that was a thing, and I'm getting a little bit worried because it seems like there's tensions between our two countries, and for how many years have we been allies, the closest allies, the biggest trading partners? And listen, it's a little bit scary. I will say that this stuff is starting to happen, and I'm kind of, it's a worry. It is a worry because that's our biggest trading partner, and that they contribute to our economy so much that if they stop, Canada will be in some trouble. Vice versa, though. It'll go both ways. So, anyway, yeah.
Sorry, Lavender just woke up and is staring at me and pulling my hair.
Let me see. Let me shut off.
Does anyone else's kid just like not sleep? Or
oh my God, dude. Lavender has been, honestly, otherwise, such a great baby.
Oh yeah,
such a great baby.
Like always in a good mood, never like barely cries. When she cries, we're like, okay, something's wrong.
But especially, oh my God, like she has been absolutely brutal with her sleeping, and now we're starting to like, obviously, we're doing the pick up put down method. We've been trying that a lot, where we pick her up out of her crib. We rock her for a couple minutes. We put her back down. If she cries again, we pick her back up. We put her back down because I don't care. I don't even want to read the comments about this because I'll freak. We're not doing the cried out method, so shut it. All right?
We don't want. No, we're not. We don't want advice.
I'm not complaining.
We're not asking for advice.
I'm not complaining for advice. We're venting.
We're just venting.
We're venting. This is our therapy session. Anyway, she's been really, really not doing great with the whole sleeping stuff. So we're hoping that turns around.
And like the thing is too, is we think it's just in her nature that she just doesn't need much sleep.
Yeah, she doesn't need nap much either. She really does not nap much.
Like she is on the low end of everything. Like I think she stopped taking hour-long naps when she was like 2 months old, maybe.
Lavender's like regular napping schedule is anywhere from an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours a day, and
we're talking about in total. We're not talking about per nap. It's about 20 minutes to 35 minutes. Yeah, that's on average.
Yeah, basically.
I feel like 33 minutes she loves.
Yeah, 33 is like her peak. Yeah, she really loves to wake up after like 25 or so minutes.
And she's not grumpy.
Nope. She gets up in a great mood.
She's in a great mood. She'll be totally fine.
Wasn't that 33?
During her wake window. I don't know.
Oh, 35.
So She doesn't seem tired. She doesn't seem grumpy. And then even at nighttime, she's on the low end. She has like 10 and a half hours of nighttime sleep, and then she's ready to go. Like the average, I think she's supposed to be having is 12 to like 16 hours of sleep a day. Yeah, she has 12.
Yeah, she's on the low end.
Maybe 13.
Yeah.
That's pushing it.
Yeah. So that's what we've been dealing with. So no, I'm just I'm finding our next segue here.
Josh literally has been just driving me up a wall lately, which is nothing new, but
yeah, why? What's going on?
Well, one, I'm on my first period postpartum, and
so is it me driving you up a wall, or is it a you thing?
Well, I think it's both.
Time to take some accountability.
No, you need to take some accountability because he is just so cranky all the time. Well, he's not. Let me reword that. He's not cranky for no reason. There's like, it's when he gets into like his work, he's just a miserable.
I'm the type of person, and I'll admit this because I can take accountability on like somebody. I'm the type of person where if something is starting to become an inconvenience when it doesn't need to be, I get a little.
No,
I actually saw a video, and I hated that. I was like, damn, that might be me a little bit. It was a video. It was like, oh, when you have that one friend that freaks out at every minor inconvenience.
That's you.
But it was funny because in the video, the first thing the guy did was he dropped an egg off the counter. And it splattered, and he's like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to bed. And he literally left. And then somebody's like, the first comment was like, that is not a minor inconvenience.
No, that's a
And I said the same thing. I'm like, no, I'd freak.
No, because an egg is the worst thing to clean up ever.
That was a bad,
it's slimy. You can't pick it up.
I know. You're spending 4 minutes just battling with the egg, trying to get the yolk off the ground.
You're already clearly starving.
Yeah, you're about to make breakfast. Like, I'm so hungry.
And it's always in the morning. So you're like, great, now my whole day is ruined. No, that one's not a minor inconvenience.
And there was
however,
yeah, there was a bunch. I forget the other ones. That's the one that stuck into my head.
That is definitely.
But I was like, damn, that's so me. But I'm not.
It ruins my day though.
But I'm not like that where I'm like.
But you are.
No, can I finish?
No.
I'm not like that in the sense where I'm not like, oh, I'm done. I'm going to bed. I never have done that.
Instead of that, you just keep huffing, puffing. I can't talk to him. He'll literally say, stop talking to me. He's like, stop. Just stop talking.
No, because you love to talk. First of all, I definitely have ADHD. For sure. I never knew it. I think it's from you.
Oh, I don't have it.
No. It's like, I think it's from, honestly, it's like from lack of social.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's not what ADHD is from.
I never had ADHD this bad, and now it's terrible.
No, you always had it.
Not this bad.
But you had nothing that you needed to do it about. Does that make sense?
Not true.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Anyway, now I feel like I'm self-diagnosing, by the way, so I apologize.
I mean,
I might not actually, but I'm pretty damn sure I do. But it's like, I just hate when something is an inconvenience. For example, I was sending an email today. Okay, I was responding to an email. And every time I went to send it, it said, can't send, you need to go back out. It was basically some error message, right? But every time I was typing the email, this message would just pop up. I'm like, why is it doing that? And I went to my iPad.
No space.
No, that's not what it was. I went to my iPad. I did the exact same steps to reply to an email, and no problems. So I'm like, I'm like, why? Why?
But sometimes though, because he's so ADHD, he ends up like doing other things to ignore the problem, and then the problem gets worse, and then he gets fuming because the problem's huge, even though he caused the issue because he can't relax for a second.
Yeah, I'm very pent up. I don't know what it is.
It's like I feel like if I could like explain him in a way, like in an action, it'd be like this.
I'm also dieting. That does not help anything.
It's the same. You're just as cranky.
Not when I'm eating what I want.
Yeah, you are. You are just as cranky. He is just somebody who gets so angry, and he cares about other people way too much.
I don't get angry.
Yeah,
don't act like I have anger issues.
You do.
I have anger issues.
Yes.
Tell me that for real.
No, you don't. Not with me, but with that stuff, yeah.
Tell me I do. Anger issues.
Yes.
Don't get me mad. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, but like he cares about other people way too much. For example, we'll be at Costco and someone stops to look at something and he just gets fuming. I don't care about anyone else. No. Oh, the cart's in the middle of the thing.
You are such a bad.
No, he doesn't like when someone like stops in the middle to like grab something because he's like, oh, move over to the side so other people can go, which I get.
I want to see comments.
No, I get it. If you've made it this far, I get it.
Okay. Shh. Okay.
But he goes a little bit too far and it's too extreme. And
what's my extreme?
If you just go into the grocery store and you worry about yourself, you don't have this problem.
But then, okay, so my thing is I don't want to be
in the grocery store. He looks like he's tweaking. No. No. Shh. We'll be in Costco and he's like this, right? I'm like looking around, like seeing what we can get. He's like this. He's like.
Okay. No, I don't. Really?
Karlee, move.
I go like
Karlee,
this?
Come over here. Karlee.
Yeah, because you're one of those people.
No, because you're constant. He's literally like this. Like he can't even shop. He's like holding the cart and he's like this. Moving.
Okay, you know
I'm like, can you just chill for a second? Just go grocery shopping?
You know why? It's because I don't want to be an inconvenience to anybody. So
well,
you're right. I do care.
You care too much.
I care because I don't want to be the person that I'm just like taking up in the middle of the aisle that I hate. Then I'm a hypocrite.
But no one cares but you.
Yes, they do.
If you're taking up the entire aisle, nobody can walk. That's different. That doesn't happen very frequently. You're in Costco. Go around them. Like, be for real. It's not. We're not on a road.
You're no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Listen, if anybody else out there.
No, you care about other people too much.
No, I care about being an inconvenience. You should learn. Burn, got you. Burn.
No, but seriously. Just go grocery shopping and that's it. Not everything has to be like this huge. And I'm like, no wonder why you're so pent up all the time. Like, who cares? You're just go in the grocery store, put in some headphones and go grocery shopping. I love grocery shopping. It's a chill, relaxing thing for me. I put headphones in, I walk through each aisle.
If you're really sitting here about to say that going grocery shopping, especially at Costco, is a chill, relaxing thing for you.
It's because I get away from you. That's why. I'm just kidding. No.
Then go live at Costco.
No, because I actually ask him to come with me all the time.
Yeah.
I like it. I like going grocery shopping. I like going down each aisle. I like putting in headphones. And by the way, I don't know why men don't like to go down each aisle. They're like, let's just go get what we need to get. But they don't even know what aisle they're going to. So they end up taking longer.
Because the grocery bill goes from $200 to $500.
But you end up taking longer because, for example, he'll get bread first, which is in the back of the store. And then he looks on the list. Oh, we need batteries. Then you have to go back this way. Oh, then we need this. And then go back that way instead of going in order of what aisle to go where. So it ends up taking longer than if you were just go to every aisle. And then you come home and then you forgot that you forgot something. So then you're like, oh, I forgot this. And you have to go back to the store. Versus if you go down every aisle, you're seeing things and be like, oh yeah, there's pickles. I forgot we need pickles. I didn't add it on the list. Let me grab pickles. And then you know what else men do? They also don't like to buy things till they're already out. If you only have 3 rolls of toilet paper, you go get the toilet paper before there's no toilet paper left. You don't go get it when there's none left.
Very true.
And you know what else he doesn't like doing? He doesn't like buying multiples. So I'll be like, oh, I know that we're going to eat Tostitos, for example, or bread. Why don't we buy 5 loaves of bread and put it in the freezer instead of buying 1 loaf of bread every couple days? He's like, well, we don't need that much bread. Well, it doesn't go bad. It goes in the freezer, and then we don't have to go to the grocery store a million times. Yeah. How did you just go from crying to laughing?
She's been doing that. Anyway, let's move on for a sec because actually we can probably wrap up after this email. We have an email. We had asked you guys last podcast. We said if you have any... She's looking right at the camera. That's so cute. Anyway, we asked you guys last podcast. We said... if you have any in-law stories, please send them in. And people did. So I'm going to read one right now. We're only going to read one. And the reason why we're only going to read one is because we only got one. So this is another in-law story. It says in-law advice. It says, hi, Karlee and Josh. Also, side note, Lavender's starting to say dad, and babbling. And it's so cute. Don't worry. We know it's not correlated. Like, she's not actually knowing it's me. I'm not dada to her. She's just going dad.
But it's so cute.
And it's so cute. Anyway, hi, Karlee and Josh. Wanted your opinion on this topic. Is it the parent's responsibility that a certain person or persons or family members to have a relationship with your children? I have a 16-month-old and another baby on the way. My mom sees my child at least once a week. She always asks to see him, call him, etc. Now, on the other hand, my in-law side barely sees my kid. Maybe once a month, if that. Usually only if there's a family gathering or holiday, never just because. They don't ever call or ask to see my child, let alone my fiance. Probably goes months at a time without hearing from his own parents. I've offered to get together for dinner multiple times, and it just somehow never happens. This is all frustrating because then we hear from them. We don't ever see him, my son. Other family members tell us we need to make more of an effort to bring my son around. Personally, I don't think it's our responsibility. The phone works both ways. If you want to be in my child's life, to make the effort. Thoughts? Thanks.
I think when it comes to a child, I definitely think it's that person's responsibility, like the other family member, to see that child, right? But I do think it's important to know that every single family is different. Like, for example, Josh's family is very close, and like his family, like they see like extended family very frequently versus like my family, like we don't really see my aunts and uncles very much. So for me, it's normal. Like I'll go like a year without seeing my uncle sometimes, but like in Josh's family, like there's no way you go a year without seeing your aunt. Like that's just not gonna happen. Like Ziatina, that would never happen.
Yeah, well, actually, it's about to.
Well, she moved, but
yeah, she moved. But if she didn't, yes, 100%.
Yeah, so I think it's every family's different. So that's another thing to consider. But you're saying that they said that you should be bringing the baby around more, or the child, sorry.
Well, they said, we never see him. But then she's saying like, well, she's offered, though.
Yeah. So it's definitely, I do think it's up to the family if they want to see the child, because the child obviously is not old enough to ask and be aware of that. So I think it is. But it would be different if you were saying no.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. Ew, there's slobber on it.
Honey, no. You're not supposed to do that.
It's funny.
Anyway, yeah. So I agree. Well, you're already saying like you've reached out, you've offered to go do dinner with them and all that stuff. So I think obviously, but if then the issue is if they're going to complain about it after you've already made effort to try to get to see them, and if they don't even call their own son, it's like, what else can you really do?
And that's what I'm saying. It kind of seems like a family thing.
Yeah,
like some people aren't as close with their parents.
Yeah, it does seem like a family thing. Because again, it's like, yeah, every family's different. Like I saw my parents once a week.
Yes.
So it was, so it's different.
And then talk to them between that time too.
Yeah, like my mom calls me probably every couple days.
But then there's some family, like, I don't call my mom a lot, but I text her. But I probably talk to my dad maybe once every 2 weeks. Sometimes he calls more than others, but sometimes I only see him once a month.
Yeah,
it's just how our family is. I don't know.
Yeah, and like it depends. So I mean, again, if you're making the effort to like say, hey, we should go do dinner, or we should do this, or we should do that, and they don't even call their own son, I mean, that's different. That's definitely on them. And if they're gonna go as far as to say, we don't see him, like
that's the part where it's like that's weird because they're like, bringing it up.
Yeah, why would they bring it up if they know that they're at fault? Which a lot of people don't know. But anyway, I think it sounds like a family thing. It sounds like you guys probably just need to like talk and say, hey, I don't know why you're complaining about not seeing him when I have offered multiple times to do dinner or bring him around or whatever, and you guys just don't care to want to do it. So
anyways, that's it for today because she is having the hiccups and getting antsy to play, and we're going to go do some tummy time. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys don't know, my Patreon right now, I have a free tier. You can go sign up to Patreon for free, and you get 2 lives a month for free in 2025. So you don't have to pay anything. You can just to come hang out. And then if you like the lives, obviously you can purchase a tier after that, but you don't have to. You could stay free member as long as you want. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.